Hey everybody, it's Doug Green and I'm the publisher of Technology Reseller News, and I'm very pleased to have with me today Todd Weiss, tech journalist here at ChannelCon 2026. Todd, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Doug.
So you were walking by and looking at all the podcast people on Podcast Row. I'm so happy you decided to hang out with me. Todd, we're going to get into your background in a little bit, but hang out everybody. We're going to talk about maybe some great insights for MSPs, where the market is going, and so on. So, Todd, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
I've been a tech journalist for 26 years. I was a newspaper journalist before that. And one day I was a newspaper reporter and realized that technology was the thing I wanted to write about. And so I've been covering it for all these years and covering pretty much the waterfront of IT. And yeah, I love being here. I go to conferences all over the world, and I'm very lucky to be able to be here.
And apparently a Philadelphia Champions fan.
I'm a Philadelphia boy, born and raised, and Phillies, Flyers, Eagles, Sixers. LeBron James loved Philly as much as we do, and he came to see us. So.
Well, that's fabulous. Yeah. I think some specific readers of ours and specific contributors to TR are going to be enjoying that fact. So, Todd, you said something very interesting to me in the run-up to our podcast today. Most of the time when I talk to analysts, most of the time when I talk to other journalists and so on, they're all passionate about a piece of technology or a solution and so on. But you said, hey, you know what? Maybe MSPs better not forget the human touch.
Well, I think it's very true. I think tech companies, everybody's got products. Everybody's got services. And I always tell them, I hate to tell you, it's not all about you. It's not about your products. It's not about your services. It's what you can do for your customers. I absolutely believe that, because I have always written, since I was a staff writer at Computer World, it was about the users. I've been trained in this since 2000. It's about the users. So we don't care so much about the company news. We care about what can you do to help your customers make their businesses streamlined, work better, more efficient, more profitable. And that, to me, MSPs have to focus on that to make themselves more successful and be absolutely reactive to their customers. What are your customers' needs? That's what you need to focus on, to me. So that's what I like to write about. I come to these events and I don't write about all the press releases about releases, new products, new versions. It's how will this help your customers? That, to me, is the focus of being a tech journalist, to me.
So when you do look, so actually this is great for some of the Marcom people that might be watching and listening. When you are presented with a press release or an announcement and so on, what are you looking for in terms of what you feel would be valuable to your audience?
I got to this conference at 2 today. At 3, I had my first meeting, and I told the CEO of a software company, I know you want me to write about your press release. They have a press release just came out, and I just said the same thing to her. How about we talk about what I want to talk about, which is how is your new AI invention going to help MSPs help their customers? And that's what we talked about for 15 minutes. So I don't really know the news of her thing, but I know what I'm trying to write about is why an MSP should pay attention to this company doing this new service, how it's going to be something that might be something they can use to help their customers.
And the human element of that service is what you're focusing on?
It's all the human element. I'm a journalist. I collect people. That's the human element. So everybody I talk to, including you, Doug, I connect with you. We talk about these things. You are helping me bring this story to readers, to people listening to it. And that's what I try to do for my customers, for the publications I write for. I write for vendors as well. So I'm being brought in to help them. I always say marketing people are marketing people. Journalists are journalists. We're storytellers. So you can have a marketing team, but they're not going to give you the same stories, the same input from users that I'm going to give them. A real journalist will. So I always tell them you should have a journalist on staff, not just marketers, because we tell stories and marketers sell products. It's a very different thing. So I want companies to remember and focus, and MSPs have to focus. And I talk to them all the time. The smart MSPs are already doing that. They say, this is about our customers, meeting their needs. And honest to God, those MSPs and VARs and resellers are all going to be much more successful when they listen to their customers and really focus on what they need.
And so in that, I was sort of thinking, what kind of clever question could I ask you? Maybe there isn't one. In other words, if you're focusing on the customers, I'm guessing the customers are often going to need different things based on different industries and so on.
Sure. But the customers can then go to their MSPs or their reseller or whatever and say, hey, we have this problem and we heard about this. Can you help us figure out if that's something that could help? It's again, you know, they're friends, they're mentors, they're the explainers for customers. And so you have a relationship with an MSP, with a partner that you can go to and say, well, this we could use some more help with. Should we go this direction? Should we go that direction? So MSPs who stay on top of these things, who come to conferences like this, who know what the new trends are, the new things in technology, whether it's cybersecurity or AI or agentic AI or anything else they need, they can be saying to their customers, well, yes, we know about that, or even bigger, we don't know about that, but we're going to find out and get back to you. If you can tell your customer, we don't know everything, but we're learning just like you are, that to me is a huge thing. Let your customer know you are doing the work, research to help them. I think that's huge.
Do you have ideas you want to share with the MSPs and channel partners on how not to maybe let AI get away from you? In other words, it's a great tool, allows you to automate a lot of things, but you're suggesting that there needs to be human in the loop. I keep on hearing that a lot.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I think AI is a great invention for some things. I do not think as a tech journalist, as a tech analyst, that AI is going to replace everything. In fact, writing is one of those things. A lot of people, a lot of companies think now, oh, we're going to do AI for, you know, writing, for responding to input from customers. I don't think customers, do you like calling a phone line and getting a bot that's trying to help you? All I want to do is tell the bot, get me customer service, customer service. I don't want to talk to the bot. I don't want to deal with the bot. Same thing in the world of technology. There are certain things AI can be really useful for. It's doing things to help customers with managing things. Automation is an incredible tool. Agentic AI for certain things is going to be very useful. But you really have to remember, AI is not a human being, and customers often want a human being. The human touch it's the same reason I think that AI can't replace journalists. You can replace journalists and get a number of words. If you want a 1,000-word story, you can get AI to give you that, but it won't have the soul, the context, the human factor. It won't probably have the right facts either all the time. AI cannot be 100% correct. And as a journalist, if I'm not 100% correct, we can fix that. You know, we made an error in this story or something. To me, AI is going to be a great and useful thing for certain things. And for other things, we will find that the human connection as an MSP, you can't just use AI to run your MSP. There is a human connection that's going to always be absolutely necessary and critical to an MSP's success, I think.
And is it the case that we've seen this before with other new technologies, that it can almost become like a technological moat around the company? In other words, misused technology can become a lovely excuse not to talk to anyone.
Yeah, but that disconnects you from the customers. And guess what? Disconnected customers, they can't reach you. They can't talk to you. They can't ask for your consultation. They can't ask for your input. They're going to find another MSP who's still doing it the old-fashioned way and talking to them and communicating with them. Communication is not going to be replaced by AI. It can't be, because we're all humans. We have to talk. We're not all in our own moats, and companies are not in their own moats. And inside companies, all those departments can't be in their own moats. They have to be working together toward things. So I think these connections, these human connections, MSPs, there's so many people inside MSPs, they have personal relationships with their customers. The customer knows, I can call Sarah. Sarah will help me get the right tools. Sarah will help me get this started. I'll call Joe over there. Those connections are absolutely necessary. Without them, MSPs don't sell as much. I'm telling you, there's no way they're selling as much.
Todd, this has been great. We could talk all day. There's lots here. As we close up our podcast, what do you look? We're sort of at the very beginning here of the MSP conference. It's literally just beginning. Literally just beginning as we talk. What are you looking for at this event?
I want to talk to, I already started making appointments. I want to talk to MSPs, what they're hearing from customers, what their customers are telling them they need help with. And then I always try to find some, you know, customers and things like that, but I don't know if there's really customers here. But I want to find out from MSPs, what are the topics your customers are asking you about? And do they come to this conference, these MSPs, to find out more about those topics, to be able to bring back answers and ideas for their customers and say, hey, we were just at this conference and we found out some things that might help you. Here's some companies that might be useful that we found in the vendors area and things like that. So that's the thing that I always find those connections critical.
Well, Todd, I really want to thank you for stopping by here, chatting with me. Where can people see more of your work? Are you on LinkedIn?
I am on LinkedIn. I am on, well, Facebook, not so much anymore. But LinkedIn, I'm there, and my profile is Todd R. Weiss, Weiss. And if you send me an invite and tell me you heard this podcast, I will say hi back and we can connect.
Todd,
I would love to hear your stories about technology and what you do to help customers.
Todd, we'll look forward to that. And thank you very much indeed.
Thanks very much, Doug, for having me.